and Technology Show. I'm absolutely delighted to be here today as your host because we have a big announcement from Bell and MTS, a plan to accelerate innovation right here in Winnipeg and across Canada. As many of you guys know at Daily Planet, our job is to really bring you the latest and greatest in jaw-dropping technology, so it's fantastic. We are going to have great new opportunities here because you are about to have a fantastic new high-tech hub, the Innovation Alley. And I want to go off script for a second because I got to tell you, I spent the weekend trying to print a Thingiverse file on a 3D printer in Toronto for 4 hours. Do you know why? Because we don't have an Innovation Alley like you do. You are incredibly, incredibly lucky. Back to the script now. I would like to thank NorthForge Technology Exchange for hosting today's event and showcasing all of the terrific developments coming out of Innovation Alley. And a very big welcome to everybody from Northford College, all the students who are here today. It's great to have you. And later on, I'm going to be judging a competition. It is called Pitch Idol. It's going to be wonderful. I'm going to get a chance to check out all your wonderful creative startup ideas. Right now, though, we have an all-star roster of speakers for today's big announcement, including Premier Pallister, Mayor Bowman, that's right. We also have NorthForge Exchange. Oh, NorthForge Exchanges. One second. Where is this? What happened to this part? Technology's Jeff Risner and Chris Johnson. There you go. And we have the CEOs of both MTS and Bell. So we're going to get things started by welcoming Jay Forbes, President and CEO of MTS.
Thank you, Simon. Since announcing the combination of MTS and Bell on May 2nd, we spent a lot of time highlighting the benefits this transaction will bring to MTS customers and to Manitoba. Over the last 5 months, we shared a number of significant and concrete examples of the benefits that the combined MTS-Bell organization will bring to our province. And I'm pleased today that we're able to announce our biggest, most high-profile investment right here in the heart of downtown Winnipeg's Exchange District. We're honored to have Premier Brian Pallister, Mayor Brian Bowman, Bell Canada President and CEO George Cope, Chris Johnson, the CEO of Commission Click, and Jeff Reisner from NorthForge joining us today, and I want to welcome all of you and thank you for being here as part of this announcement. At MTS, we're proud to continue our long history of supporting both our community and the innovative spirit that has fueled decades of provincial prosperity. Providing advanced communication and connectivity services to this thriving community of entrepreneurs and artists, quite appropriately named Innovation Alley, has been an important part of our history. We've seen great things happen here, and we know how important this kind of innovation is to the future of Winnipeg and to Manitoba. But accelerating, let alone sustaining Manitoba's innovation agenda will require far superior technology infrastructure than that which is available today. This is where the combination of Bell and MTS comes into play. By joining forces, Bell and MTS will deliver the benefits on a level that MTS could simply not provide as a standalone company. We know how beneficial this would be to cutting-edge organizations that are consistently breaking new ground here in Innovation Alley. It's for all of these reasons that we're so pleased to be able to announce this transformative investment in new infrastructure, your ability to compete in a provincial, national, and international economy, and to ensure continued growth and economic development for our province will be greatly enhanced as a result of what we're unveiling here this afternoon. Thank you.
Next to the stage, I would like to introduce the very cool, the very innovative, the very tall Mr. George Cope, President and CEO of Bell.
me here today. I'm honored to be on the stage with the Premier and the Mayor to take the time to hear about this announcement. For me personally, I love the fact that it's linked to entrepreneurs. For those that don't know, I'm sure you would, my background was when I got out of school, I started a company, 3 people in a construction trailer, and we started a wireless company called ClearNet, and years later sold it to TELUS for $7 billion. But the fun part of the story, still to this day, was the construction site, doing in this trailer, starting a business from 3 people and building it to over 3,000. So being a part here of what's going on, for me personally, is just quite frankly a lot of fun. Now bringing together these companies, and I've got to hit a slide button here and make sure it's working. I got it? There we are. So putting together these organizations, as Jay's talked about, our real goal is to leverage the scale that a company like Bell Canada brings and the local expertise and history that MTS brings here to ensure the province of Manitoba is world leading in terms of broadband, wireless, internet, and TV for consumers and obviously for the business market. Our program of $1 billion of capital over the next 5 years, I'm pleased to say, starts here today with 2 really important announcements that I am certain the folks who are part of Innovation Alley are going to understand the importance of. So first of all, I'm going to want to announce that we will be within 90 to 180 days of closing. This entire area will be launched with what's called LTE advanced technology for wireless. And that will take the speeds of the wireless networks that are here today to 4 to 5 times what you would be utilizing. It's been recognized, this technology, already in Canada as Bell's wireless network for the last 2 years by 3 independent groups have said it's by far the fastest in Canada. And just to put this in context, you can read the quote, spectacularly faster, exceeding anything we've ever seen in U.S. results, and that's every U.S. city. So we'll have that here within 90 to 180 days of the close. Hopefully that's early next year, and we'll start right here. And the business folks in the room will know how important that will be. The second part of this, I apologize, I thought I saw it here, but I don't have it. There we go. Talked about that. Let me go one more. There we go. The other part of it is making sure, not just from a wireless perspective, but from a broadband wireline perspective, Bell Canada has taken the position to make sure Canada is a world leader with fiber to consumers and to the business market. We announced a $20 billion 5-year program for the country to take fiber right to premises. So fiber being glass technology that takes it right, not to the neighborhood, but right into the building. And you can see here on this chart that as a result, Canada is now leading U.S. and other major European countries with this technology. And I'm proud to say that within 6 months of the close as well, Innovation Alley will have this technology launch here. It is an incredible technology. It allows you to have, again, for folks in the room, you'll get it 1 gig services. So that would be 20 times faster than technology probably most of you are using today. We've launched it in 3 million locations across the country. It will be here, as I said, within 90 to 180 days. If you think about downloading here a 3D file for printing, think of the change in speed that you'll see. For those that are fans of Game of Thrones, it would take you 5 minutes today to download that show. It will be in 12 seconds you will download that. In fact, this technology is so advanced, we're waiting for laptops, iPads, and other devices to catch up to this speed. So it will ensure that we're leading here. And then the next piece of that puzzle, that's not going to move for me, I can tell. Let me try one more. Nope. Anyway, the next piece of that trouble. I'm in trouble. The next piece of the announcement is that with these investments, we can then increase the video services and bring other TV services to the market as well. This is an important component, obviously here, because R&D and development will be really important in this marketplace for what's happening. BCE spends $500 million a year in research and development. And with that, we've been able to launch these incredible new video services with this technology. To give you an example, on this service, you actually have a button you hit on the TV, and it shows you the top 5 trending shows right away. And of course, Discovery's always number 1 on that trending. And 20% of people switch to it. So there's a Winnipeg hockey game, the Jets are playing, you walk into the house, you hit the button, you know that game's on, you went to the trending. There's another button you hit called replay, and it goes back. You don't have to PVR it if you miss the first 10 minutes of the game, or any part of the game. It just changes the technology, and that will be part of this service as it comes. So really today is about excitement, about making sure we're leading in technologies, making sure Canada's leading in technology, and making sure Innovation Alley can go to the next level with its broadband technology. Thank you all very much.
I would like to introduce, bring to the stage, the Honorable Brian Pallister, Premier of Manitoba.
Well, the only thing better than today in Manitoba is tomorrow in Manitoba, and we should put our hands together and thank Bell and MTS for this tremendous announcement today. This is awesome. Innovation and entrepreneurial behavior are the keys to growing an economy. It's not bigger government, it's bigger private sector. And the private sector has to develop with your help. But it needs leadership, and I want to acknowledge and I want to thank Mayor Brian Bowman for his constant and ongoing support, not only for Innovation Alley, but for the entrepreneurs of our province. I thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't know how many of you remember this, but I'm a bit of an entrepreneur from days gone by. And how many of you can point to your ring finger right now? You want to point to your ring finger? Anybody? This one, right? This one. Because I started a business after teaching for a few years out of my car with a borrowed briefcase. And this was my ring finger. And it was a rotary dial. My wife said, don't tell this story, they'll think you're 80. But I'm only slightly older than George. And I was a better rebounder. That was the technology. And a technological advance when I started my little home-based business and graduated to that and renovated a small house and hired people was a push-button phone because it was faster. It was a better way to market. It was a faster way to get to your client. And over the last, 10 years later, I was our company, our boutique little company, was the top 5 in Canada for Sun Life of Canada out of Portage la Prairie. Everybody else was in Toronto, Montreal, Calgary. We can do that here, and we did it here with a little company, but I just wish I could go back in time and have the technology that we've got today, because with this technology, we can build here. There's no better place to build than here. This is the place to be. This is the province that's going to grow, but it'll only grow with your help. I had a mentor. Mentorship is really important. I want to thank the people involved with Innovation Alley for their mentorship, for their leadership, for linking up experience with desire and ambition and skill, because that's critical. My mentor in my first 2 years was a guy who had quite a bit of experience in the financial services field, and I was struggling, and I went to him and I said, this has been really, really hard. And he said, Brian, small business has its benefits. And I said, well, what are those? And he said, well, for one, you only have to work half days. And I said, well, that's not right. I'm working 12-hour days. He said, yeah, but you get to pick which 12 hours. Okay, Manitobans are known all across this country and around the world for having a great work ethic. And working hard is critical. We are workers. We love to work. And we will grow because of that, but now we grow smarter too, and that is exponentially a better way to grow. Let's bring back everybody who left in the last 10 years to this province. Let's grow this province. This is the place to be. Thank you all for being here. The only thing better than today in Manitoba is tomorrow in Manitoba. Thank you.
Welcome our next guest, the Mayor of Winnipeg, Bowman.
If you're finding the internet speed too slow in Toronto, you know where you need to come now, right? How's everybody doing today? This is a beautiful site. You know, it's so great to be here in Innovation Alley. I want to thank Jay Forbes, of course, from MTS, George Koch from Bell CEO for the incredible announcement today. This is really an injection of speed in so many ways, literally and figuratively, for Innovation Alley that we've been waiting for, and it's an incredible day for us all to be here together. I'm just going to lower this a little bit. I want to thank Premier Brian Pallister for being here, of course, and your kind words. Chris Johnson from NorthForge and a founding board member, and for all of you for being here as well. I do want to acknowledge we're on Treaty 1 land and the traditional homeland of the Métis Nation. And this is an incredible place where bright minds come together to do beautiful things for our community. And it's been happening long before we renamed this portion of the street Innovation Alley. But it's been happening with a pace that our community and our city and our province needs. And you're all part of it. And I want to say, of course, thank you for all of the hard work that so many of you have been doing over the years with your companies and all of the organizations that are on Innovation Alley, whether it's Startup Winnipeg, Ascent Works, whether it's Futuralia, or Futurepreneur, sorry. Yes, I know Joelle's not here, but so as some of you may know, my passion and interest in this sector, in the creative sector, really was built long before I began serving as Winnipeg's 43rd mayor. And so after I was elected, I was very pleased to have had the honor to rename this street, Adelaide Street, from William Avenue to McDermott Avenue, Innovation Alley, as it is now. And it really connects. It recognizes the extent to which this area has become an entrepreneurial and an innovation hub. It's become the place where Winnipeg's trailblazers, entrepreneurs, artists, inventors are meeting, collaborating and making and turning their ideas into reality for your benefit and for our community's benefit. Innovation and technology, as has been mentioned by our Premier, are really the fuel for growth and, I was going to say the new economy, but for today's economy. And all of the work and the investment that many of you here have made are helping Winnipeg build for the future, creating more jobs for us and for our kids. And for my kids, who are 6 and 8 right now, so keep doing what you're doing because I want them to stay here and work on Innovation Alley someday. Now, innovation really, I think it does what Winnipeggers are known for. The Winnipeg way, the way that we've always gotten great things accomplished, real results, is by working together. And that's what Innovation Alley is all about. It's about putting our stake in the ground internationally. It's saying, we're here, we're growing, and you can be part of it. I was in Atlanta a few weeks talking about Innovation Alley, talking about the bright future that our city and our province has. And people are noticing what's going on, obviously not just in Winnipeg or Manitoba or Canada, but internationally because of the work that many of you are doing. Today's announcement is going to give you that extra fuel for your engines. And know full well that your City Hall, your City Council, and your city has your back. Keep up the great work. It's an honor to be here today for this exciting announcement. And enjoy the rest of the block party. Thank you. Here's to you.
We've already filmed our first story this morning, so it's great stuff. Now I'd like to introduce our last speakers for today's event, Mr. Jeff Risner, President, and Chris Johnson, Founding Board Member of NorthForge Technology Exchange.
an incredible day. And thank you to Mayor Bowman and Premier Pallister for joining us here. What a brilliant turnout. Thank you for coming here to share this with us. At NorthForge, I have the great privilege of working with brilliant people every day. Innovators, entrepreneurs, people who are not only chasing their dreams and growing their businesses, but are also building a bigger economy here in Manitoba. Our vision at NorthForge is to make Manitoba the best place in the world to launch and grow a technology-based business. And as we continue to provide startups with experience, mentorship, training, events, and access to our amazing fabrication lab, it's going to be this incredible announcement today that Bell MTS is committed to us that will allow us to provide support and services to every city and town in Manitoba, connecting entrepreneurs with the people, training, and the tools they need to succeed. It will be this investment that will allow us to build on our own successes as we open a virtual and augmented reality lab, an Internet of Things lab, and a user experience testing facility right here in Innovation Alley within the next 12 months. And if you haven't heard the news, Winnipeg is an incredibly smart city. Well, guess what? We're becoming even smarter, and we're going to win this time. So, Bell MTS, thank you for your commitment to Innovation Alley. Thank you for investing in our entrepreneurs, and thank you for providing the infrastructure that will help fuel Manitoba's innovation economy into the future.
Thanks, Jeff. So, just want to take it from a different perspective as somebody who's not just part of NorthForge, but also a founder of a company in the Alley. And I just want to make sure everybody understands, as most of us know, Manitoba can punch above its weight class with technology-backed companies. The day they're formed, entrepreneurs can go out to the world immediately and sell just as easily as they could on Main Street in Winnipeg to Main Street in Beijing or to New York or California. We disproportionately add to the GDP of this province. We add high-paid, high-skilled engineering jobs to this economy. So I see some knees shaking over there in the politician section. And I can attest to this not just as a founding board member of NorthForge, but also as a co-founder and CEO of Permission Click, which is a company that we built and lives and breathes right here in this alley. It's that little red house right over there. We do digital permission slips and forms for schools. But more importantly, we built that company in under 24 months to have 65,000 users. We've raised over $3 million of private equity capital for Manitoba and beyond. And we're up to 20 people now and continue to grow. And I'll tell you, 3 to 4 years ago, I would have had no idea that I even had an option to go out and do something like that because I was still working for a top big, Fortune 50 company. So companies like Permission Click, for me, would never have happened had we not have had this community. And I can tell you that's the case because I blew 2 up before Permission Click. It's really freaking hard when you don't have other founders to go and talk to and say, like, what do I do when I'm trying to hire someone? How does this work? When you don't have the World Trade Center, top-line research, when you don't have futurepreneur accessible loans, when you don't have a downtown Winnipeg address for $100 a month, and when you don't have a $3 million manufacturing prototype facility down the street that you can access for $100 a month, it's hard to do. So that's why today, what Bell MTS has announced here is such a gift and in a single word, transformative for those companies in Manitoba who are prototyping, building world-class technologies, and more importantly, locating right here in the alley. There's strength in numbers. We know that. So this is where we're putting our flag down, and it's where Bell MTS is supporting us. And